I walked a couple of caminos. What would you regret? Someone else who does not judge you. They smell fresh. So the way we do it in Germany is the best way.
Very nice to meet you, and thank you very much for making it possible to the iNetworker channel.
Thank you for inviting.
Yeah. So actually, this is a rare moment you are not on the road. So I'm happy to catch you at this very moment. So, but the last journey was to Nepal, no?
Yes.
A big one, I mean.
Yeah, the last big journey was to Nepal, correct. I spent, from November 2024, I spent 5 months in rural Nepal.
What have you done there?
What have I not done is the question. I was volunteering with a local NGO together with 6 other volunteers who were part of the same European Solidarity Corps program. We were all working on different projects, and my focus was youth empowerment, 16 to 30-35.
Okay, the European notion of youth, so to say.
Indeed. However, we the NGO said that in Nepal, young people are understood up to age 45. So
I'm still young.
Yeah, I felt very happy that I still have some more time of youth in Nepal. Yeah, but our focus was 16 to 35, which is already a really diverse group within Nepal as well. Yeah, so we did research with them, and we delivered different skills workshops. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, but have you also traveled there? So, have you been on the road there as well? So, not just sitting at one place.
Somewhat, but as you can imagine, traveling in Nepal is not as easy as it is in Europe. And where we were, the villages where we worked were about 250 kilometers away from Kathmandu, and that took us an entire day by jeep to get there.
Okay.
So we did a lot of weekend trips, hiking, or going somewhere by jeep for a couple hours and then hiking there. But I did not go on the big hikes that most people try when in Nepal. And we explored Kathmandu a little bit, but we also had some administrative jobs there. I actually didn't get to travel within Nepal all that much.
You also done a couple of caminos, Camino de Santiago. And actually this is, so I also was once on Camino de Santiago, on this Camino Primitivo, and it was an interesting experience. Also in the terms of reflection and thinking of different things and so on and so forth. So, but from your point of view, what does it give to you? So this experience of just walking, reflecting, and so where do these roads bring you further?
I walked a couple of caminos. That means that the first time I was on the Camino was 2018, where I walked on the Camino Frances, or the French way, which is
a big one.
Big one, and the most well-known, what's most represented in popular culture, books and movies, and a lot of footage about that out there. And I also started in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, where most people start. And I walked to Santiago de Compostela, which is about 750 kilometers. And then I walked from there to Finisterre, which is the end of the world. And that took me 8 weeks.
You had your time.
I took my time. It's most people usually take 4 weeks to walk this distance. But on the one hand, I did have time. I budgeted even more time to be able to walk there. And on the other hand, I have knee problems, so I wasn't even sure if I would be able to walk all the distance. And within the first couple of days, I immediately had knee problems. So I very quickly had to slow down. And after, and it was hard in the beginning because, like you meet new people and you have a great conversation in the afternoon and then at dinner. And then the next day you have to say goodbye to them because everyone else walked a lot further than I did. And in that case, there is no catching up because if I'm 5 kilometers behind the first day, then it's just gonna accumulate. Once I accepted that I'm gonna be that slow, I also, I kind of made, I did not follow any of the guides where to stop. And I decided every day, like, how far do I want to go? How do my legs, my knees work with me? Is there anything worth staying at? Is there something someone recommended where to stop? And that way I could really take my time. Last year I went back to Spain and walked on the Camino Inglés. So the English way, which is also 120 kilometers. And your actual question was like, why the walking and what's good about walking? I always liked hiking and being in nature, but walking on this pilgrimage or focusing a lot more, or like where the hiking is not, it's not the challenge of the altitude, it is more the distance. It becomes a repetitive and meditative activity. And in that sense, it is definitely a good way to think, to ponder, to organize your thoughts, which, I did not know to what extent this works before I did it myself. And, walking in Spain also has the added value that you're surrounded by people. So you can walk with them. You can also always walk on your own, but you meet a lot of people and you can have a lot of very different conversations with people from all walks of life. And I think that's, that is also part of the reflection process to discuss your thoughts with someone else, and especially someone else who does not judge you and who does not have an interest in or doesn't have a stake in your decision making. Because if you discuss any life question with your friends, family, they do want the best for you, but they also want you to be close to where they are. But the random people you meet, they just, listen.
Take it easy and listen. Okay. So, but you said that this is a good thing, so to have people around you. I can relate. As long as I was going this Camino Primitivo, so it was less populated, I must say. And when it was flowing into the French way, I was just overwhelmed by so many people going there. So it was for me a kind of very, so that you see a really pop culture there, So that's when you are walking Primitivo, so you still see that you could have walked this in the medieval times or something like this. So on the French way, no way, So just didn't it get on your nerves sometimes? So the people saw into these crowds of people going just like walking in a park, So just sometimes I had such feelings that it is not that difficult way, I must say, so to manage this French way. So at least the part I was walking.
And that's why it has become so popular, and that's why you have more and more infrastructure there, and that's where more people come, because it's more accessible. I had that feeling in the first 2 days, where it was way too many people, and I was like, this is not what I had signed up for. But luckily, and I think especially because I had a different pace than everybody else, I often, or on purpose, I stopped in villages which were not recommended in the guide. And then, that way, like, sure, there were a lot of people and I saw them, but at least, I didn't wake up with the flow of people, and I didn't make all the same stops, or or the accommodation, the albergue, the hostels, the Camino hostels were not as busy. And then it was weeks of walking our slow pace, and especially the middle part of the Camino Frances, the Meseta, where a lot of people just skip it because it's flat, but we didn't. So it was less busy there. But then the last 120 kilometers or so is where a lot of other Caminos merge into the French way, and where a lot of people only come for the last 100 kilometers because you get your certificate if you have proof of 100 kilometers walking. And that's where I and the people I was walking with had that kind of shock experience, where you notice the people who are new on the Camino because they smell fresh. They smell like someone who who hasn't been hand washing their t-shirt for the last month. And then but it was also a good way for us to come back to civilization. Because it is a parallel world, and it was a good, reminder, and still gave us a few days of like readjusting to what awaits us now.
How has your life changed after Camino? So I know one life-changing experience. So when I think so, you met your companion for careers in the common good there.
Well, yes, that's correct. That's correct. Good memory there. Yeah, that's true. And it changed considerably. It changed in a way that I had not expected, because I was like, I know walking, I know people. It's gonna be, what could the change be? But I think it was really the first time in my life where I took time to listen to what I actually want. And like what I mentioned, like having conversation with people who listened, who reflected some of those questions, but who did not have any agenda when they, told me their advice or experience or follow-up questions. So it was, 2 months of reflection, a lot of conversations, and it helped me, well, also that this Camino experience was at the end of like an 8-month sabbatical, so also the 4 months before that. Basically, that entire process helped me become more confident in following what I want to do, instead of doing what everyone else is doing or what everyone else thinks I should be doing or assumes is the best, with their best intention, what's best for me. And kind of this idea was one of the founding ideas of Careers in the Common Good. And indeed, I met a Hungarian girl on the Camino, and like we had 3 brief conversations, but we clicked very well, and we had, on the one hand, like this important realization of like, why are people like, or like how does this work that people are not making their own career decisions, and we both also felt that there were just a lot of opportunities that we had not known about.
But just to say a little bit about the careers in the common good. So it is something so for young people from Central and Eastern Europe. So how to make their career decisions and how to dare.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But that was our founding idea, to like, making opportunities more accessible to people, making this mindset more like spreads in Central and Eastern Europe. And so that's how we started our brainstorming of like, how can we, return some of the favor, some of the guidance we got. That's how that all started.
But is it also a problem, so in Hungary specifically and in the Central and Eastern Europe? So because I know this problem from Russia, for example. In Russia, so your parents know better, so where you should go, so where you should study, so and how your career should look like, and actually it's very hard also to get rid of this, and this is also a problem in Hungary and in Central and Eastern Europe. Yeah,
I think so, probably not to the same extent. I think it is all, it is on a spectrum for like very open-minded and liberal thinking Western Europe to, going further east. And I believe that, our generation, but still younger generations as well, are still feeling the difference of like the Eastern Bloc or like the Iron Curtain to some extent, of like understanding opportunities, about like feeling capable or having the courage to take leaps, to take their own decisions, to take their careers in their own hands. And it is also like, it's obviously in the framework of what is possible in your country. And, I've lived in Germany for more than 12 years now. And I'm obviously also constantly in touch with how is life in Hungary. And I see that there is simply opportunities that we have here and the kind of safety we have here in Germany that is not the same in Hungary. At the same time, there's also like a lot of opportunities provided by the EU, and that's how we got into the Erasmus Plus projects. And that's how I myself joined the European Solidarity Corps. So there are opportunities. But I also remember when I was in my early 20s and someone told me about Erasmus Plus trainings, and they were like, yeah, Esther, this is for free. I'm like, I'm sure it's for you because you're German, but I can't believe there is anything for free for us.
Okay.
And I was wrong. But I completely dismissed the idea because I was like, no, this doesn't happen. And like, it is not for free because someone in the end has to pay for it.
Of course.
But for you as a participant in your 20s, it is actually for free or at a very accessible price. And I did not believe, a lot of people don't believe it because that's just not how we grew up.
Yeah, so because of the mindset, so just like, okay, interesting. So because for me it is of course a great opportunity, so for a person, for a young person, so from any country, not only within the European Union, to go and mingle with co-evals, with like-minded people, so from different countries, and also to have this first experience of intercultural communication, maybe first experience, so just,
And I think it's that is kind of one of the founding ideas of the EU and especially Erasmus programs of, if once you know someone from another country, then you're gonna see that country as a home of people and not as statistics, or like as a something drawn on the map. And that's, I also see that through my experience, how I go to different countries. My grandma tells me how like, she hears the name of that country and she pays attention, or she checks the weather reports in Germany, etc. Or friends outside the EU, then she's also like, now I hear that and I think of you and I think of your friend.
What is your recipe? So what would you suggest to the young audience on this channel? So just what is the thing about daring? So what? So just leaving these superstitions or stereotypes about yourself, about the world, about your career.
Right. I think my advice around trying out new things is, of course, go for it. But pick your own pace. Go step by step. start a side project, a small project, and see how that goes and see how that feels. Have a backup plan, look at your worst case scenario, and talk to people. Because it's another, like, before you have certain assumptions about what this job or what this life would be like. But then it's usually not the case. It doesn't feel the same way as it's portrayed in the movies or as other people experience it. Talk to people, ask your questions. What is your biggest challenge? What do you like about that job? What do you think I should learn before I do this? What would you advise? And it doesn't mean that everyone has the same experience as you do, but I think like having a bit of research before you take any of the leap will just give you more tools to handle it.
But some would say, so it is an easy thing to say, talk to the people. So, but if I do not have connections to the specific people, so in the field, so what should I do? Write an email? Don't know, stalk the person on social media or whatever.
I mean, yes, and in my experience, if you ask people for this kind of advice, like I really like what you're doing, I'm interested in it. It's you do have some time for like 15 minutes. What would be your advice to your younger self, or to me? Like, what helped you the most? You're not asking for money. You're not asking for a job. You're asking for 15 minutes of their time. And I think a lot of people are actually happy to share a little bit of their story. Not like a 2-hour phone call. Maybe, but like a few questions. If you have specific questions, then you're gonna get answers. If it's what do you think I should do? No, like it's, I don't know, like I'm interested in the field. What is the most important course you recommend, or network, or who should I talk to? A few specific questions, and that will make you move forward. But I mean, like, yes, there is LinkedIn and there is the internet for making new connections, but anywhere and everywhere. I got my first job while being a bartender and engaging with my clients and just having a conversation. So if something's really something you're really interested in, bring it up at in a random conversation, and people will help you get connected to others.
Still the last question maybe about the careers in the common good. So because I think so you built a very strong network out of it. So what does it take to build such a network? So so just like how to communicate to the people, how to make them communicate among each other. So because this is a channel about international network, and I'm very interested in it. So because this is also an international community. Yeah.
I think a lot of things can be said about communication, but in our case, the most important thing was being authentic, being ourselves. We asked a question we were interested in, and we didn't give answers where we didn't know answers. So, like that's kind of the why of why we got together, the why of, why careers in the common goods came to be. People who were interested in the same question joined us. And then I think around communication, yes, consistency is important. To be seen, visibility on different media is important. Meeting in person is important. I think that's also one of the other reasons why the momentum left, that we could not meet for years, pandemic and money, lack of the financial means.
I can remember that we met exactly before the pandemic started. And then I also participated in one of the online talks.
which was great for building a more international network. And, we had participants from Mexico, from Tanzania, from not only focused on Central and Eastern Europe, which was also a great way to open up more opportunities and more exchanges. But in the end, you can never replace an in-person meeting and an in-person community. You can maintain online and again, regular communication, authentic communication. And, that's where probably my skills end, because, there is a lot of modern communication approach that I don't do well. So I think you can boost it and you can reach a lot of people. But for the community aspect, having the core message and being consistent and authentic about it is what matters.
Okay. Good. So I would like to come back to your different path.
Yes.
So but to approach this issue from a different angle.
Okay.
So because so you have been on very different journeys, on very different paths all over the world, and it is a lot about intercultural communication. Yeah. And also about not only European cultures. Yeah. So, for example, I would be interested in your Peruvian connection. Yeah. So because you have a niece there, right?
I have a niece. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
and you also spent quite some time in Peru. So how did it work there? So because in my opinion, so it's a very different culture to the Hungarian one, for example.
Correct. So my journey or my relationship with Peru started in 2010 when I went on my semester abroad for half a year to Lima. And then my niece was born in 2013. And then, since then I've been back 5 more times to visit her and the family. It's been 2, 3, 5 years of time between my trips. And in between, I normally live in Germany. And living in Germany, working as a controller or accountant, I usually say or have said that I need to go to Peru to get the German out of me. With all my love for both cultures, I think I can only repeat stereotypes. I appreciate in Germany the direct communication, the more or less effective, efficient way of doing things. And in Peru, it is less direct communication. It is a lot more context. It is a lot more, taking our time and not straight to the point. And by my Peruvian friends, I've been perceived rude for, having directly said no, where the answer was no, right? And the take on time and punctuality. It is true to some extent, and you obviously have exceptions. It's something, a lot of it is something I know about, something I can discuss with my friends in Peru, and some of it is, for me, punctuality is a value. It was a value before I came to Germany, probably something my parents raised me with. And I can't not be punctual in Peru, and it was the same in Nepal. We knew that there was going to be a delay, but I couldn't not be on time. I knew I was going to have to wait. So I took a book, or, I was ready to
spend some time.
Exactly. And I do some sketching, or I talk to people. But I don't expect them to be as punctual as I am, because if they are, that's great. But if not, then not. So I think it is a lot of flexibility, and it is a lot of patience. that helps. And yeah, I mean, I think it's. I had thought about how would it be for me if I actually wanted to live in Peru and try to integrate, because I think there is a difference when I'm only a guest for a couple months. I do make the extra mile. I do make effort to accommodate the differences, but I can't, like, there's certain things where I can't change. And then, or it would take a long time to change, let's put it that way. And 2 months are just not enough. And that's where, you know, we have to talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. So, but then to be open-minded anyway, so towards another culture, and just, you know, so just I sometimes also feel the same. So when I go to Italy, you know, so because sometimes I'm really frustrated about the things happening slower there or whatever. So but at some moment, so after a couple of days, so you just take it easy, you know. So just like okay, so it works differently and it is all right.
And you have to accept it. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't fight it. Like, I think that's you're there short term, you're there long term. You're still the guest. Right? And I think that's like, it's okay to ask. I observed that, I don't know, at the end of the dinner, it's it's been you or someone else paying the check instead of splitting the bill equally. How, what is best? Should I pay the next time, or how shall I do it? Because in Germany, what we usually do is that if there are 6 of us at the table, then we split the bill between 6 people equally. Or if there was a big difference in consumption, then everybody pays their own, right? And then if I feel comfortable that, like, you paid for it, I haven't paid, then this is something we have to talk about. And I think it's I saw this, I don't know what is the polite way to address it. What shall I do? So I think it's okay to ask the question, but it has to come from trying to understand and trying to do it better, so that I'm respecting someone's culture, instead of coming from a place of like, so the way we do it in Germany is the best way. Why are you guys not splitting the bill?
But sometimes the Germans do that.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Okay. So where will be your next journey taking you?
So I've been kind of on the road for 2 years, a bit longer, and that is currently kind of lifestyle I would like to keep, where so like Berlin is still the center of my life and my base, but I go away for 2 months, 3 months, maybe longer at a time. So the next journey is going to be in Hungary, to, on the one hand, spend more time with my family and friends, and I think that's something that a lot of people in my age group also have been saying, is that our parents are not getting any younger, and these are still good years that we can spend them some quality time. So I would like to enjoy that. So it's only Hungary, but then it's a bit of family, it's a bit of work, it's a bit of networking. There's also going to be a festival of travelers in Hungary, where I hope to give a presentation myself. And hopefully early next year, I will go to Peru as well for 2 months, once again, to see my niece, family, other part of the family, and friends there. Yeah, and then Berlin, and then maybe some new destination next year.
Yeah, great. Where are you at home in Hungary?
Budapest is.
Budapest.
Yeah.
A very nice city.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish you good luck in all your endeavors and all your prospective journeys, and also in your career path.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me and for these very good questions. It was a great conversation.
Thank you.